Hey everybody, this is Kristen and I have our Puzzle Mystery Quilts for Spring 2019, clue number 5 here with me today. And what you're going to be making is this bad boy. So if it looks vaguely familiar, we've made something similar to this before. And you're going to make 2 of these. And actually it looks way more difficult than it is. So don't be alarmed. It's really not that bad. So we're going to be making that today. So that means I've got a bunch of triangles and some squares that came in my package this month. And don't forget that you want to have your clue color card as well, because it's going to say, you know, color E, color A, and unless you have that, you have no idea what's going on. So make sure you have those ready to go. I'm trying to think of what else to tell you guys. It's easy peasy. So if you're gonna sew along with me, stay tuned for that. If not, comment below. Tell me how your Stratford quilt is coming. I know I'm really late this month because I was moving. So thank you for bearing with me on that. And hopefully I can get back in the groove next month so we're back on track. All right, I will see you guys next month and hope everybody's doing well. All right, so the first 2 pieces you're gonna need are both of your E fabrics. So it's gonna be your square and then also one of your triangles with that matching fabric, okay? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna set it so that your square is on the right and your triangle is on the left. So you're gonna make something that looks like this. Okay, so I'm going to pin that. You want to make sure that when you do, your short sides are touching, so it should line up correctly, and that will leave your long side open, so to speak. So I'm going to get that guy pinned, and then you're actually going to make basically a mirror image. So you know me, I like to try to get as many pieces as I can put together so I can chain piece. So as long as I'm sitting here, I'm going to grab my other 2 pieces of my E fabric, my square and my triangle, and it's going to go on the other side. So the one we just made was over here. This one is going to be on the right hand side. Again, with that long bottom of that triangle, that is going to be not what you are connecting, okay? So let me pin this guy and then we're going to sew. And don't forget to look for directions on which way to press, because it does have it in this month. It'll tell you, you know, press towards a triangle, press towards this fabric, so make sure you're taking a look at that, okay? So let me sew this and then I'm going to go ahead and press it, and I'll be right back. Alright, I changed views because I realized it was probably really hard to see with all of my my husband's stuff over in the other end, but hopefully this is a little bit better. You're going to have 2 of these guys when you're done. One pointing each way, triangles pointing each way. So now we're going to move to step 1B. So you're going to get the one that has a square in the middle, triangle on the, oops, and the other one, triangle on the left hand side, and the long piece is going to be pointing up to that upper left hand corner. So let's see, view it down a little bit. Okay, so this is what you're going to have, and you want to get out your A1 fabric, which for me is this guy right here, and that's going to go on the bottom. So you're essentially making a big triangle. So you're going to have that, you're going to pin it in place. Again, we're working with one of those short edges. And then, so we can get this done easy peasy quick, ready to get out your other one. So this one should have square in the middle, your triangle pointing up towards that upper right hand corner. Again, you're going to get out your A fabric, and this is going to go on the bottom. So again, you're going to have a nice big triangle, and when you're done, this will essentially be one half of a larger hole that then gets put onto another larger hole. If that makes any sense to you guys. So this is going to become a square with some of those big triangles that we have, and then we're going to put those two squares together. So that's essentially what's going to happen. Alright, so I've got my leader already started, which is this purple fabric right here, so it doesn't chew up my nice fabrics. I'm going to go ahead and sew these guys together and then press, and this one says press towards the triangle. So just like the ones we just did that also said press towards the triangle, you're going to do that same thing here. So I'm going to do that, and then I will be right back. So you should have one piece that looks like this and one piece that looks like that. So essentially the difference, depending on how you're holding them, this A fabric will be on different corners, right? So we have those done. Go ahead and put those aside. Now you're going to get out your B and C fabrics, which for me are 2 shades of purple. Alright, your B fabric, which is this dark purple for me, it's got to be on your left hand side. And you want to orient it so this long edge is towards the outside. And then you're going to match up your C fabric, and again, that long edge is going to be towards the outside. And you're going to make 2 of these for this one block, so all together you're actually going to need 4. But I'm just making 2 in this video because remember, I already made a couple before that. So, gonna go ahead and pin this guy together. So right sides together, pretty sides together, like always. And I'm gonna sew them. And this one says that you're going to press towards your B fabric. So for me, again, that's my darker purple. So one more time, your B fabric's on the left with that long edge facing out. Your C fabric's on the right with that long edge facing out. And go ahead and pin those together. Go ahead, sew, press towards B, and then I will be back and we can combine these triangles, these big triangles that we're making right now, with the more intricate one that we just made. When we're done, we should have 2 guys that look just like this. They should be identical. So now we're going to move on to the next step. So the next step has you put your C fabric on the left hand side, your B fabric is on the bottom, and then you carefully have to take the right one of these 2. The one you want is when you have it on an angle, it's the one with your A fabric on the bottom. Because what we're going to do is we're going to lay it out like this, and so your A fabric should be on the bottom right. If it's not on the bottom right, you grab the wrong one. If neither of them look like that, you probably did it wrong. So grab those, and you're going to match these ones up and pin, pin, pin so that we can sew them together. So I was just checking my edges. I'm just going to go ahead and put 1 pin in for now because I want to show you the second piece. So the other one is going to be a little bit different. So you're going to take your 3-pieced one first, and that's going to be in that left-hand corner. So this time, what you want is you want your A fabric to be on the bottom left, okay? So then we're going to get out our 2-piecer and match that up, and our C fabric should be on the bottom and our B fabric should be on the right. So it's mirror opposites, okay? So go ahead and pin those guys together, and then the directions say that you're going to be pressing two different ways. So the first one that I put together, you're pressing towards your CB, which is those bigger triangles. The one that's in my hands right now, you're going to be pressing towards AE, which is that 3-piecer, okay? So just be really cognizant of which one you're pressing what direction. It's going to help you get them to nest when we put these squares together, and I honestly don't know how much of an impact it's going to have down the road, so I would make sure that you do it according to directions, okay? So just be careful, double check. Obviously seams can be put the other way without too much trouble, but rather than having to do that later on when you're excited and you're putting together the whole quilt and then you go, oh shoot, that's something I did wrong. Just get it right now, right? Alright, so let me get these guys sewn up and pressed, and I will be back with our final step. Like I said, it's an easy peasy month. It looks way harder than it is. So if you're just following along with their directions carefully, you should be just fine. We're done with that part, at least. One last step and we are completely done for the month. And this is how we're going to do it. So we are going to put it so our E fabric's on the top, and the one on your left hand side has the B fabric in the middle. You're going to take your other one and make sure again that your E fabric is on the top, but that your C fabric is in the middle. So it should be E, B, C, E, and then you're going to make sure your A's are in that lower corner and that your two big middle triangles are contrasting. So it should go C, B, C, B. Hopefully that made sense to you. But the big thing is, if your E's are in the corners and your B is on your left side and your C is on the right, you should be good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and pin those and get them sewn together. And it should nestle really nicely in these corners here if you follow the directions correctly with the pressing, because each one should be going different directions, so it should just kind of sort of like a lock and key, I guess you could say. They just meet and, you know, latch perfectly, sort of like that. So get this guy done and I'll be back to show you the finished product. Alright, y'all, you should have two, hey, that sticks, matching pieces for this month. And that is it. We are done with month 5. We are halfway done with this entire mystery. So hopefully you guys are getting excited to see where all this goes and how we put it all together. I know I am. I'm so impatient, but I'm having a lot of fun and I hope you are too. Alright, I think that's about it. So if you guys have questions or comments, drop me a line below. I love hearing from you guys. Hit the notification button so you never miss a video. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in July.